All right, Andrea, so good to see you again.
And you as well.
Thank you for talking with me. We are obviously here talking about the 20th anniversary of Batman Beyond. Feels like it just came out yesterday.
Truly.
I think that for everyone, this had to be there had to be a lot of excitement and a lot of apprehension with this, because you are doing something that's very difficult. You're passing on the torch to a new character. Right. Fans are very judgmental and possessive with their. So, what were the challenges for you? I'm assuming it was casting the new Batman, but what were the challenges for you approaching
that certainly was a major consideration, obviously, but it also was. We didn't want to lose any of our audience from the Batman, the animated series production, but we wanted to make something different. We did not want to repeat ourselves. And we discussed this many times over the years, Bruce, Tim, and I, when we worked on different projects, of let's not just do the same thing, let's do something different. This was easy to do that way in that we were not dealing with characters that already existed in the DC universe. We were making them up.
Right.
As if I was doing that. I was not doing that. The writers were doing that. But they came up with these fantastic characters that gave us a wonderful chance to bring in actors that hadn't done this work before. And because of our success in Batman the Animated Series, a lot of actors found out how much fun it was, and they would call their agents and say, would you reach out to that production and tell them I want to come and play? So I kept a list of people who had reached out saying I want to be a part of the show, and tried to make sure that at some point or another we brought them all into play. So I had an enormous talent pool to choose from, much bigger than I did for Batman the Animated Series. And because of the success of that show, people were willing to come in that may not have been before. And I also wanted to, as I did with Batman the Animated Series, I wanted to have a female point of view represented as well.
Sure.
Because it was such an action show. I just screened a bunch of episodes while I was packing to come here. And so I wasn't always looking at the screen. And as I'm packing and moving around, I'm thinking, there's not a lot of dialogue in this show. It's very action-oriented. But I also tried to make sure that it was not so much action that we lost the female viewers. It needed to have some kind of heart, some kind of emotional content. Not to say that men don't enjoy watching emotional content, but women tend to be a little bit more sympathetic to that. And that was part of my job and my joy, was to bring that emotional content into, Terry McGinnis has lost his dad more recently than Bruce Wayne did. And he's dealing with all the problems at school, as every high school student has. The issues of, there's the wonderful character of Nelson. I forget what Nelson's Nash, I think his name was. Was the bully. The bully that Seth Green played for us. And so it was really kind of cool, because that happens. There's the guy who's kind of, Terry McGinnis was not a perfect soul. He was in juvie. He had trouble with the law. But he certainly was no bad guy Nelson Nash. And so he kind of had to stand up for the small guy, just as a high school student. I thought it was such a cool aspect of that character.
Well, we absolutely love this series. One of the things that I always loved to ask you, and I have to ask you about this, is I love to ask you what you're watching and who you want to cast that you've been watching or been noticing. And so, when it comes to this specifically, is there anyone, if you were casting Batman Beyond today, is there anyone that kind of comes to mind?
There's so many productions going on, television productions, live action. So I think there's something like 460 going on right now.
It's impossible to keep up.
Yes, and so there'll be an actor with an enormous resume that I'll see that I've never seen one bit of their work. But I've been watching so many things because there's streaming content, and all the Emmys were just announced. And so I had to watch a bunch of stuff so that I could be part of the nominating process and intelligently informed. Not just going, well, they were good once, so they must be good this year too. I actually wanted to watch the episodes.
Know the work,
Yes. And the truth of it is the talent pool is so enormous now. We could probably make this series 5 times over with 5 different casts, all of whom would be excellent, but different. But we're just so lucky that there's that many really good actors.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for talking with us.
So nice to see you.
Congratulations on the anniversary.
Thank you very much.